It is February the 11th, 2025, 8:06 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, good morning, Camels. Let's get rolling this morning. Gonna have us a great day. It's Tuesday. Tuesday is what it is. If you're listening to us over on Spotify, thank you for joining us. Make sure you share us. Make sure you leave a comment and rate the show. Please do so. If you caught us and you're listening, please rate the show. All right.
Good morning, Mr. Antonio.
Good morning, Big Prayer. Good morning, Bitcoin Beauty.
Good morning, Bitcoin Beauty.
Good morning, Antonio. Good morning, Big Prayer. Hey, y'all.
Hey.
How y'all doing?
Hello. Well, very
Good.
well. How about you? You good?
I'm great. Yeah, I'm great.
All
Thankful
right.
for Jesus.
Awesome.
Today is Tuesday. So, Jacqueline, you going to be in and out today?
Yeah.
I can't remember. Okay.
I pretty much got things all together, and I'll be here probably to 8 o'clock, and then I'll be moving a little bit more faster then. So,
Okay.
I just kind of paced everything, got things kind of organized, straightened out like they need to be, and I'll be, making some more moves around that time. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, God bless you.
Thank
God bless you
you,
and your
dear.
family.
And thank you so much for everything. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Absolutely.
Hey, Juby. Hey, Kelly. Good morning, y'all.
Oh my God, Kelly. Miss Kelly is back.
Congratulations, Miss Kelly, on your
Kelly.
Philadelphia Eagles. Congratulations.
Yeah.
This one right here more special, huh? This one a lot more
Love it.
special than that other one, huh?
Love. Come on, man. Come on.
She ain't been to sleep in 48 hours.
Oh.
Y'all, hey, they made me eat my words. I said I was gonna get a chance to come back and say, hey, you at home with the Cowboys, but it never happened.
She was determined.
So congratulations, Miss Kelly. I'm gonna give you all the love in the world.
My Jalen was determined. Come on, man. Yes.
That's what I get for betting against Jalen Hurts.
So what's going on, Miss Jacqueline? Tomorrow, today and tomorrow. What's going on?
Yes, it's today, and I'm hearing about a snowstorm on tomorrow, so we'll see what's going on, because if it is a snowstorm, we're going to have to make some adjustments. But anyway,
Well, I'm
here.
in your prayers. I'm praying for you and your
Thank
family, Miss
you.
Jacqueline. I love you.
Oh, love you, Miss Kelly. And thank you so much for all your kindness. It's so appreciated. Really is. It makes a difference. There's Miss Jeannie.
Miss Jeannie, wait.
Hey, Miss Jeannie, wait. What's up, girl?
There she is.
What's going on, everybody?
Hey, Miss Jeannie.
Howdy
Hey,
do.
Miss Jeannie.
Hey.
And
Hello.
there's
How are you?
Asar. Good morning.
Good morning down there. Y'all answer. Hey.
Asar, yeah. Yeah. Juby.
Mr. Nobody.
Uh-oh.
Come on, nobody.
I like Juby's picture.
Asar. Okay, Juby.
I like both pictures, Juby. Even the sunrise right there. Ooh, looks good.
Yes, beautiful. Serene.
You always have nice pictures.
Yeah, he is. You're Mr. PTR.
We got another name.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's Juby's new nickname, Mr. PTR. You gotta add a Q to that.
Mr. PTR himself.
That's right. We'll be starting at about 8:30. We'll be starting at 8:30. It is Tuesday, and should be an interesting day. I'm looking forward to seeing what we end up talking about today. Y'all got any things that's been on your mind from over the weekend or yesterday at all?
Mm.
No, I don't.
My energy transport, my energy ET is reporting today. Transfer, energy transfer.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of stuff reporting this week.
Judy just put something in the chat too.
It's only reporting this week.
Okay, let me see here. We got Shopify, Coca-Cola, BP, Auto Nation, Marriott, the Carlyle Group, the S&P Global, Lyft, DoorDash, Upstart, man, Zillow Group, Confluent, CVS, VRT. Uh-oh, my big boy coming this week.
Woo-cha! Yeah.
Generac. Let me see what else we got. We got Robinhood, Reddit, App Loving, Dutch Brothers, uh, Alba Marley. What else we got? The Trade Desk. Okay. MGM Resorts, Crocs. Crocs been quiet. I wonder what they got. Coinbase, Datadog, Sony. Sony boy,
Coinbase.
Sony got to make some mention of this halftime show with
Come on, Kendrick.
with Kendrick Lamar because he had that
Come through,
PlayStation stick.
Kendrick. Yes.
Airbnb, Palo Alto. Speaking of Palo Alto, CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike is at literally an all time high. Here's what's interesting. Remember when they pulled back under $200 when the market did that little thing with them when they said they messed up with what was that? No, wrong date because they did pull back because of Delta Airlines, but they also pulled back in August and when the market kind of took that little dive and they were under $200. $200 is now their 52-week low. 400 and something dollars is their 52-week high. This is why you don't you when you do what you do, you stick by what you stick by. You don't get caught up in the noise. Cause look at where they are now. Think about that for a minute. Y'all see what I'm talking about? Go look at that. Go look at that chart.
Yeah.
Go look at CrowdStrike's chart. When you know what you know, you got to hang tight. You gotta hang tight. You can't play them games because you'll get distracted. Now, if you look at CrowdStrike right now, where they're trading right now, you'd be like, man, I don't believe that. After what they did and how everything got shut down, and then they pulled back under 200, how they back over 400 all of a sudden? Because what we've been saying all along, cybersecurity is still going to matter, no matter what anybody says, no matter how much it's not discussed, no matter what. The leaders are going to be the leaders, and that's just what it is. If AI gets dominant, cybersecurity right there, looking, peeping through peekaboo. I'm gonna say I'm gonna do Kendrick Lamar. Peekaboo. Rubbed off on me a little bit. If AI continues to get strong, cybersecurity, peekaboo. I know you don't see me, but I'm over here because y'all need me. Okay? Cybersecurity, peekaboo. Palo Alto, CrowdStrike, Zscaler, peekaboo. You like AI? Oh, Elon Musk want to buy y'all for 97 billion, but you say you'll buy X for 9.7 billion. Peekaboo. All right, let me quit. Juby said you got to know when to hold 'em and know when to fold 'em. Come on now. What's the country name? The country singer name? Kenny what?
Kenny Rogers, I love that movie.
Kenny
I
Rogers.
love
Come
Kenny
on, man.
Rogers
That's a
anyway.
classic right there.
It's a classic all the way. Hey, did I see correctly? I'm trying to remember now. I think it was a T-Mobile commercial with Starlink. I just thought about it
Yeah,
because
they ran that with Starlink. Yes, you did see that.
okay, yeah, it's good. Because GB posted something about Starlink in the chat. Time on Starlink is interesting, and it made me think of that commercial. Like, go ahead, T-Mobile.
Hey, y'all remember this song? Let's go ahead and play it this morning. Hey, Juba, this is a good one, Juba. You holding on to that penny stock, you better know when to fold. When you in that meme coin, and you think it's going to a million, you better know when to fold them. What's the secret?
When you hear about that AI hype, you gotta know when to fold it.
See, the name of this song is Gambler. Some people be in the stock market gambling. You see what I'm saying? That's why I'm playing. Know when to walk away. Know when to run. Your money. While you're sitting at the table. Hey! All right. I got excited now.
Woo, woo, woo. I'm so glad you played that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad you played that. I love Kenny Rogers. Oh my gosh.
Right. Yes, for sure.
And the gambler. Oh my goodness.
hmm Y'all stop gambling in this market.
Yep, he said you gotta know when.
Got to know when. Come on now.
that's
That was nice.
that's
I
big.
enjoyed that. Thank you, Juby. I needed that one. Peekaboo.
Yes.
We'll be starting in about 10 minutes. We'll be starting in about 10 minutes. Hey, look, they came in the room and they left. They said, what are you there doing playing Kenny Rogers? I'm in the wrong room. What they
Come
got to do?
on, man.
What they got to do
They
with
didn't
stocks? They
understand.
came in, got up out of here.
They didn't get it. Mr. Antonio, they didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the
Yeah.
assignment. Come on, man.
Right,
See,
didn't
let me
get
tell
it.
you something. See, when you too focused on just the thing of stocks, what'll happen is you'll get a bunch of people like that, and they're not really looking for a relationship. You know, in this room, we looking for relationship. We looking for real relationship. We ain't just trying to be those the investors in the market and that's it. A lone wolf out here.
Right.
We trying to be a family. So when they come in, they don't hear what they want. They rush off, and that's fine. It works for us because it keeps the room protected and it makes sure that when you come in here, you're safe. And if you make friends with someone, it's somebody that really actually want to be in this room. You know, people can run down. They call them the hallways here. People can run down the hallways, going in and out of rooms all they want, but at the end of the day, you're gonna wish you had to stop and listen and say, you know what, I'm gonna be a part of something. I'm gonna connect with somebody. You know, ain't no sense in being lonely out here. You know, I know social media got us thinking that our lives are always up and never down, and but people can have success and they can be in front of crowds of millions, but they go home and lay in a bed sometime by themselves and they cry themselves to sleep. You know why? Because they ain't got no friends. Everything is all work. It's all work. It ain't nothing real. Everything they do is work. It's either work or activity. So when they get home, they be by themselves. They phone that it doesn't ring. Nobody calls and checks on them. They don't have nobody to call. Yet they might stand in front of millions of people. So, you know, at some point you got to pause and you got to say, you know what? I want to be intentional about building some relationships. I want to make some friends. I want to love on some people, care about some folks. You know, that takes work though. You know, a lot of people don't want to put in that work. They don't want to be transparent or vulnerable enough to come and say, hey, how are you? I'd like to get to know you. Seems like we got some things in common. I was listening to some of the stuff you said. It resonates with me. You know, I live in your city. You know, those kinds of things. Nobody is looking for that kind of stuff no more. They just just looking for a ticker symbol. But you're gonna have all that money and you're gonna be by yourself, and it ain't gonna be enough. Ain't no money amount of money in the world gonna replace the feeling of having wonderful people around you. That's the truth. You know, that's the aspect of money that people don't understand. And you know what's so funny, Miss Jacqueline, about money?
What's
People
that?
think, you know, we were talking about control this week. We're talking about favor. You know, the word of the week being favor. And a lot of times people want to control things, and that's why they miss out on favor because they won't let favor be favor. Control what you can control, let favor be favor. But what ends up happening, people think money will give them control. But folks will take your money and still cross you. You hear me? Money don't control nobody. Folks will take your money and still cross you. So money don't get you control either. Even though people believe that, people believe I had enough money, I can control the situation. That's what they think. But nope, nope. If you didn't learn that on Squid Games, all right. Peekaboo. What up,
Come
Steve?
on, man. Come on, man.
See, now I'm gonna start saying that.
Peekaboo.
Y'all already know what it means. I'm peeping around the corner. I see you. What up, Steve?
Good morning to the room. What's going on, everybody?
Good
Awesome, brother.
morning, Steve. Good morning, Ernest.
Big Steve. Bitcoin Mayor.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ernest, the youngster.
I like that picture, Ernest.
Is in the building.
Hey, Lolita.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Lolita.
Good morning, Lolita.
Oh, yeah. Jube, what's that? Juby is the PTR rep. Juby. What is that? Woo.
QPTR.
it.
What up, Big
Hey,
Easy?
hey, Big Easy. Morning.
Peace
Hey,
to the room,
Easy.
everyone. Peace to the room. Antonio, Jacqueline, Angela, QB, Peace, Kels. What's going on?
Hey,
Miss
good
Jenny,
morning.
Ernest. I like that picture, Ernest. Feel like my big brother. What's up, Steve? Belita, peace, peace. Peace to the room.
We're gonna add both of y'all to the group, the 5 heartbeats, so they're now the 7 heartbeats.
uh,
We
uh,
got Ernest and Big Easy.
uh, uh,
Days like this that we
yeah.
celebrate. Days like this.
Okay. I'll say, I hear you.
We'll be starting in about 4 minutes. We'll be starting in 4 minutes.
Antonio, I sent you something, my guy.
All right, okay. I'll check it out.
Copy, copy.
All right. We'll be starting in about 3 minutes. We'll be starting in about 3 minutes.
I hear tell Trump blocking the Eagles from coming to the White House. Come on, man. Yes.
You say he's blocking them, you said?
Yes. I think he's blocking them.
Wow.
Early yesterday I got a tweet like, ooh child.
Wow. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Hey, so that stuff don't work like that. That's why that judicial system is in place. You still got the judge get the final say on everything. It always is the judge.
That part. That part.
And why you can't let all what you see and hear get to you. It still got to go to court. Listen, when you think about America, every government, city, state, federal level has an attorney, and those attorneys have to work. There's attorney generals on all levels because they stay in court. They stay in court. They literally stay in court most of the time. The state sues the federal sues the state, the city goes against the state, school districts the same, everybody has an attorney. Wait a minute, this ain't right. Let's go. That's why you gotta have somebody that know that law for real. That law, knowing that law is everything.
Until you don't know it.
We'll be starting in about 1 minute.
Good morning, Kendra. Good morning, Trill. Good morning, Believe. Down there. Good morning, Joe.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Good morning, good morning.
Morning, morning.
All right, let's get started. Our word for the week is favor. Favor is the demonstrated approval, kindness, or goodwill of God and others toward a person, often leading to opportunities, blessings, or success. Luke 2:52, the King James Version says, and Jesus increased in wisdom and stature and in favor with God and man. This little scripture right here that describes that blank space and where you don't hear from Jesus from the age of 12 up until 30. This is kind of summing up what happened. And Jesus increased in wisdom and stature and in favor with God and man. All right. Just remember that favor from God and favor from man is a powerful thing. It ought to be on your mind. You ought to want that intentionally. You ought to want to you ought to want to do the same thing. You ought to want to increase in wisdom, stature, and in favor with not only God but also with man. All right. I'm gonna hand it over to Big Prayer, and we're gonna get started this morning.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Grace and peace to the room. Grace, peace, favor, and prosperity to everyone. Favor on favor on favor. God bless you all. Father God, we thank you. Hold on. There, sorry for that interruption. Got that surround blast and didn't realize that. But Lord, we just love you. We bless you. We look to you. You are the author. You are the finisher of our faith. And there is none like you in all the earth. And so we look to you, who's the author and the finisher of our faith. Great is your faithfulness. And we just pray. We come before you this morning, Father God, with a heart, Father God, yielding to you, knowing that you are great, that you are mighty, that you are the Lord and God. You're the Father of all creation, and that the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, and all of them and they that dwell therein. And so for this we are grateful. We're grateful for once again coming together and engaging and learning, Father God, and promoting one another. We thank you. We thank you for great opportunities in our lives to gain wealth, to gain understanding, wisdom, and knowledge, even of your word, even of the business of this life, Father God. And so we just continue forging forward. In you, we win. So we just want to continue to remember that it's with you and in you that we win. By you, Father God, by your power, by your authority. And so as we move forward in this day, as each one of us will be experiencing different challenges, different experiences as it is, we just thank you for being with us. We're not asking you to be with us. We're thanking you because we know that you are with us. And so for this, we are once again grateful. Grateful for your blessings. Grateful for what you're doing, even in our lives. And so we say, have your way, God. And continue, Father God, to make us strong in you. And this day, make us hearers of your word. Make us, Father God, doers of your word. And it's in Jesus' name that we pray. Amen.
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 Amen. All
Amen.
right. Dr. Joe, what we looking at today?
Yeah, good morning, good morning. We didn't get anything that came out already. On the main thing for the day will be Jerome. Jerome speaking, of course. I think he's having a testifying today and tomorrow, as a matter of fact. And I think we'll hear from him at 10 o'clock. So always at that 10 o'clock hour, like we speak about often. Just you can always get some things to drop around that time. But and we also get a agricultural report around 12 o'clock and a couple more Fed speakers towards the end of the day at 3:30, and one bond auction at 1 o'clock, a 3-year bond auction at 1 o'clock. But definitely just keep your eyes out for that 10 o'clock hour. I think Jerome would definitely be the main focus point of the day, data set wise. But that's all we got, data set wise to look forward to.
All right, thanks, Doc. All right, Big Easy. What earnings did you play yesterday?
Peace to the room, peace to the room. Yeah, we traded a couple of things last night. The first one was Coca-Cola, ticker symbol KO. They had the earnings this morning. Was bullish on Coca-Cola. They was looking for 52 cents. They got 55 cents. They beat on the bottom. Their revenue was big too for quarter 4. The double-digit organic sales growth. was great for Coke. So pre-market is up 3.64%, a little more than $2 for Coke. Last one but not least, BP. I was bullish on BP. Uh, they had the earnings this morning as well. They was looking for 45 cents. They got 44 cents, so they missed it on the bottom. On the top, they slipped a little bit for the guidance. So pre-market right now is down 0.35%, a little 12 cents, but we'll see when the market opens where it goes. And I lay my plane on that, Antonio.
Appreciate that, brother. All right, let's go see what Coca-Cola did here. Let's go look at it look at it a little bit. See what we got. Everybody know Coca-Cola. That's Warren Buffett, baby. He made quite a bit of dividends off of that baby there. Let me see here. They ain't really breaking it down today. Okay, here we go. All right. Coca-Cola stock was climbing in pre-market trading after the beverage maker reported fourth quarter earnings and revenue that topped Wall Street expectations. Fourth quarter earnings of 55 cents a share, beating analysts' call for 52 cents, while revenue of 11.5 billion topped expectations for 10.7 billion global. Unit case volume grew 2% in the quarter, reversing a decline from the previous quarter. Okay, Coca-Cola. And Coca-Cola's going into Costco now. They taking Pepsi out of there, from what I understand. The company issued a full-year guidance calling for organic revenue growth of 5% to 6% in 2025, a marked decrease from the 12% growth report in 2024. Coca-Cola said it anticipates adjusted earnings to grow 2 to 3% from earnings of $2.88 a share in 2024. Analysts surveyed by FactSet expected a profit of $2.95. Let's see here. Part of the strong growth of Fairlife, the company's premium milk and protein shake brand. Fairlife makes up roughly 5% of Coke's business, but contributes to 35% of the firm's sales growth. So there's something called Fairlife. Anybody tried that? Fairlife, the company's premium milk and protein shake brand. Anybody familiar with that? Anybody use that product? Fairlife by Coca-Cola. They said it's playing a big role in their growth. D. Cook says she does. Okay. All right. Fairlife it is, y'all. Is it good? They say it's growing, so somebody like it. Somebody like it. All right. The floor is open. Whatever you guys want to talk about today, let's go. Steve, you use it? Okay. Okay. And that's basically like a protein milk and, healthy milk. Does it go under the plant-based stuff as well?
Yes, it's mainly plant-based, and that's one reason I do drink it, because it has a good taste too, good flavor, so it's really healthy for you.
So is plant-based and all that protein stuff really catching on? Is it really doing its thing? Is that a hot item?
Antonio, if you health conscious and you able to afford to be health conscious, yes, sir. Because we all know that the dairy industry is, majority of black people is lactose intolerant. And if you do any research on dairy, I mean, it's one of the worst things that you can consume. I mean, we the only, animals, right? Technically, right? When you break it down, human beings are an animal. Even though we are a highly sophisticated animal, we are animals. We're the only animal on the planet that consumes another animal's, like, nourishment, which is ridiculous. No other food chain, like, nobody else does this. It was pushed on the public. Do your research on milk and cheese
and what cheese does, and it's horrible. Dairy is horrible. I'm gonna land my plane real quick.
I've been drinking almond milk for the last few years. The way my daughter explained it, even a cow when it feeds its cows, it don't drink milk all year. All its life it goes eating grass.
Right. Do your research on it. If anybody want a shot to they food system, and you gonna throw away everything in your pantry after you watch this, go watch What the Hell. Go watch What the Hell. I repeat, go watch What the Hell, and you will go in your refrigerator and your pantry and be like, oh my God, they've been killing us all these years. I gotta change how I eat. Land my plane.
Even with the foods in the United States, though, they put all kinds of, different things in the food that's not healthy for us, especially the meats. So they trying to preserve it, trying to grow it fast. All the hormones that they put in it, it's not healthy for our bodies, and it's really causing a lot of people to get sick, and people even get cancers and different things like that, diseases that can't be healed. So you can rethink meat because meat is what is killing our people. It's killing us. But also plant-based foods, which I call like plant meats and stuff, they're good. They have a good flavor, but I don't really particularly like them either. So I'm sticking more to vegetables. And in my research with like Dr. Sibby, almond, well, not almond milk, but coconut milk. It's one other milk. Coconut milk. Oat milk, thank you. Oat milk was the best. Thank you. So that's what I was trying to say. And don't be fooled by soy because soy has women female hormone in it. And you see men getting the looking like women up in the chest, it's because they've been eating food with too much soy in it.
Miss Jeannie said estrogen. All right, so Coca-Cola, according to Steve, Coca-Cola is moving into non-soda beverages. So that's going to be a big thing. And obviously, with this being a big percentage of its growth, pay attention to that information. Okay, I would suggest listening to the Coca-Cola earnings call, particularly if you want to know what the numbers say concerning that growth. We land our plane.
Good morning, Dr. K. Good morning, Lori. Good morning, Roger. Good morning, Dee. Good morning, Ernest. Good morning, Wanda. Good morning, everybody down there. Hey, y'all.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Sam Alton says Elon Musk's $97 billion bid for OpenAI is a move to slow down a competitor. An investor group led by Elon Musk has proposed to take control of OpenAI, a move that OpenAI CEO thinks may be an attempt to slow down a competitor. Altman responded to the offer, said, "We'll buy X for 9.7 billion." You know that was a shot right there. Shots fired. Peekaboo.
Peekaboo.
That's what they call that. That's billionaire shot calling, man. You know, billionaire wars. That's great, right? They throwing billions back and forth like you. I got it. You ain't got it. I got it. You know what? You know what? I'll buy you out. You know what? That's the life, Antonio.
I mean, what's funny about that is the fact that Elon paid about what 54 billion for Twitter, and he said, "I'll give you 9.7 billion for." Oh boy! And basically, he said, "You better go fix your product. Why you trying to buy this great product? Going on somewhere." These wars, I'm telling you, these money fights, they getting real out here, y'all. Congratulations to the Super Bowl. The numbers are in. It was the most watched Super Bowl. It did beat out Las Vegas last year. So congratulations, New Orleans. Congratulations even to Kendrick Lamar. A lot of people had mixed reviews on it, but clearly, even when you look at the numbers, it peaked during his hours. It was clear that people were watching it for that. This was a bad game. I mean, it was either people really wanted to see Kansas City get their butt whooped, but whatever it was, the numbers are up. The numbers they broke a record. So there you have it.
I I ran
NFL
the
product is
numbers.
good.
I ran the numbers on Kendrick Lamar's performance, and ChatGPT said that his song "Not Like Us" is soared 430% on Spotify after the Super Bowl.
Wow.
Said 430 or 130,
Four
Lori.
three zero 430.
Well, oh, wow.
Yeah. So again, the numbers speak for themselves. People watched this Super Bowl. It peaked. It peaked at halftime. So the world was watching Kendrick Lamar and clearly wanted to see it. So no matter what anybody thought about it or whatever they said about it, the world wanted to see it. That's what the numbers say.
And you know the crazy thing about it? Um, we watched it on Fox, but my kids were watching it on Tubi. And then, like they came it like I would say like my kids were upstairs watching it on Tubi, and we heard them like screaming. But we're downstairs and we didn't see what they were screaming about. Tubi was ahead in their stream versus Fox. So it's like they kind of gave us a preview of what was going on in the game. Then they would come downstairs and tell us, yeah, we're watching it on Tubi. Switch to Tubi. We switched to Tubi. Tubi's sounds, like their speakers and everything in their view was a lot clearer, a lot louder, a lot brighter. And I was like, oh wow, look at that.
But mind you though, Fox owns Tubi. It's not like that's the same company.
Right. Right.
It's not. It wasn't a competitor. They own
But
Tubi.
the strange thing is that it was a different perspective. Like Tubi was a lot more in your face, where it made you feel like you're actually sitting in the stadium in the game. But with Fox, it was like a little bit far back view.
Sheltered. Yeah, I
Hey,
watch it on Tubi myself.
what we've been saying in this room for a while. They make money on both sides.
Hmm.
They make you think that they against you, but when you go look at where they spend their money, you see that they make money from both sides.
So Tubi was targeting the non-Fox watchers.
Exactly, which is owned by Fox. So you're still a Fox watcher. Peekaboo.
That's true.
Again, that's why it's important to pay attention. Because you'll think it's something different, but it's not. It's the same. So we make these cases, we fight, we fall out over certain things, and we still support the very things that you know. Um, Rupert Murdoch was at the game. Y'all know who Rupert Murdoch is. He owns Fox. He's the owner, billionaire owner of Fox, uh, and he got Trump to come to that game again. You could see the subtleness of what Fox was doing on both sides. You could see what they were doing with Tubi. You could see what they were doing with Fox, they rolled both sides. They made money on both sides. That's what they did, and they
And
still did the political agenda the way they wanted to do it. That's what they did. On the biggest stage with the most people watching, the records were broken. Okay, those numbers went to Fox. Fox made all $8 million that was spent on those commercials. All 8 million went to Fox. We land our plane.
And the crazy thing is, this morning when you're like looking at the reviews on Instagram, the reels on Facebook, TikTok, everybody is commenting on, what took place during the halftime show, and the hidden subliminal messages that were displayed. Everybody had their different perspective, and it was interesting to see the narratives that came out, where it was like a mix of political, a mix of personal narratives, and a mix of cultural critiques as well.
Good morning. Another thing Tubi did was they restricted the access to certain things. You couldn't search to find certain movies and shows during the Super Bowl. Um, so that freed up a lot of their bandwidth so that they didn't have streaming issues.
Thank you for that information. I'm telling y'all better follow the business. What did we talk about last week when we looked at the numbers? When we looked at the numbers of things, what we say? All the Fox owned publicly traded companies were at 52-week highs, and look how it's playing out now. We're talking about Kendrick Lamar, and that's the discussion. It's taken over the last 2 days. What he did at halftime, and what he said, and what it meant, and whether it was good, whether it was not good. But guess what? It's still promoting Fox products. So now everything shared is a Fox product because Fox and the NFL owns the rights to all of that. Again, do the math, follow the money. So when you do make your cases for whatever your cases are, that you understand what you're arguing.
So I have a question. How long do you think it'll be on the uptrend? And if you were doing the options for it to drop, how would you deal with that?
That's above my pay grade. But someone who would like to answer that question is welcome to answer that. If someone's doing an option on Fox, and you saying you want to do puts on it or you want to do calls? Which one are you saying?
I'm asking what would you do?
What would I do?
Yeah.
I don't. I stay out the way. I stay out the way of that one. That's one you can get caught in. If you try to short, you might get hurt, and then you try to go long. You never know. It's too. That one's too volatile for me. I don't. I stay away from that. That's me personally. But I'm sure on their next earnings report, Fox and News Corp and all that, and Tubi, they're gonna have some phenomenal numbers. I mean, it went up $1 million per spot. So you're talking it was 8 million for a 30-second spot. Some people ran 2 minute spots, so you still had to pay $8 million per 30 seconds. So you do the math. That's a lot of money. And the game was what, 4 hours? It was almost 4 hours, I guess, maybe. With a halftime with the halftime taking a bit. So, and the numbers are up. Record numbers. NFL right now, let me just say this. This is what I want to say. The NFL is probably the hottest product, period. They keep winning. To buy an ad was 7 million last year, 8 million this year, most likely gonna be 9 million next year. I don't even know who got the contract. My question is Netflix gonna make a bid to make sure they can show a Super Bowl? That's goal in the making. But the NFL product is probably one of the best pieces of product out here now. Everything about it is up. They get everybody watching. They get them watching for long periods of time, and they're making a lot of money. It's probably the best product. The NBA, you put the NBA up next to the NFL, the NBA sucks. We land our plane. I personally would focus on anybody who will get the rights to the NFL or in partnership with them, those businesses are going to continue to excel. Those numbers are going to continue to be better. That's what I would say. I'd look at that. Who has the contract for Super Bowl for next year? What TV channel? Does anybody know? Hey, Big Easy, on your options, what would you do under the Fox thing? You know, would you bet against Fox? And if you would, how you play that option?
If I was to trade Fox options, let me look at it real quick. What's it? FOX?
It's a few different ones. FOX, News Corp, it's a few. They broke it up.
Okay, I got the Fox one. Well, the FOX, they are on monthly options. Options chain it's not liquid, so I wouldn't even touch. I wouldn't even trade this at all. FOX, I wouldn't trade that at all on the option side. What else? What's the other one?
Which one? News Corp.
News Corp. What is that ticker?
Y'all see how Big Easy be playing that music in the background, having your mama and them going back in history, like, hey, that's them songs your mama love, bro.
That part. I can't find News Corp, the ticker for that one, but definitely Fox. It's not. It's like I said. It's not liquid. I wouldn't even trade it as far as options. And now, if I want to own it, shares maybe yes, but not the actual
News Corp is NWSAL. They got a few of them. They're broken down into parts. Oh,
NW what?
NWSAL. So they're broken down into parts. So when you see companies like that, that lets you know they play the game. They got it broken apart in so many ways where you could never take that business from them. You could tell they're fighting. So they split the company up in so many different ways. So even up at the top, you can tell that News Corp and Fox are fighting. They want to make sure that nobody gets anything from them. So they break those companies off into different parts. So when you look up there, you see all types of ticker symbols. Like you see, hold on a minute, let me go here. I'm telling you this again. They got the News Corp New B, News Corp New A, News Corp New B receipt. Those are three different businesses under News Corp, and that's usually to protect and to keep yourself in a situation where nobody can take you over. And it's also a reflection, and usually to me, and I could be wrong on this. Do you do your own research? Usually, it means that there's a battle in the house. You know, maybe it's the daddy and the son might be trying to go in different directions. Who knows? We land our plane.
That part. All right, guys. Tony, I'll see you later. Everybody have a nice trading
Hey,
day.
before you go, Sue
Have a
had a
great day.
question for you.
Yes.
What exactly does not liquid for the option chain mean?
Basically, not liquid is that is not tradable where the bid and the ask is too far, like uh $2-3 away from each other. That means to me that it's not. There's other risk reward, so it's not liquid to me. So I wouldn't trade it. So if it's like say 30 cents for the bid and for the ask is say 33 cents, you know what I'm saying, that's reasonable. But when you got like 30 cents and it's like say $1.50 for the ask and the bid is 30 cents, that's that's not feasible, that's not liquid to be traded. in my opinion. So stuff like that I don't touch because it's not gonna go anywhere as far as options concerned. That answer your question, Sue?
Yeah, it answered her question. She said the spread is too big. Got it. Thanks.
Yes.
And as for me, I wasn't so much looking at Fox, but even like the companies that showed up on the commercials, some of those are going to be going up and down. You know, that's liquid there.
Honestly, I feel like those companies are, for the moment. So, like, if you're trying to play it after the moment, you may see that the volume and the volatility may die down, and you may not see them pick up until they get closer to earnings. So, like what Big Easy said earlier, I would stay away from it.
I mean, I think a good way to play it would be to go to the biggest sports connections. In my opinion, Disney would be that. They own ESPN. ESPN is probably a leader in sports at the end of the day, and Disney owns that. So I'd find the connection through Disney. Disney has a lot of other products, but at the end of the day, uh, ESPN is a big component of sports, and so you might find them in the midst of all of that.
And Jalen Hurts said he's going to Disney World, or he went to Disney World.
Yeah, he sure did. He was at Disney World yesterday immediately. So again, um, think about it in that way. What are some of the biggest companies that would be liquid that you can look at options from them? And I think that would probably be your safest bet. Mongo says beginners should work on swinging first. Just saying, start slow. Don't get into that option games too big. We did a lesson on options last week, and if any of y'all are in that, let's look at it right quick because we might as well. And again, we didn't play it because we thought we were going to win or lose. That's not why we played the option we played. We wanted to teach a lesson, but if you look at Decker yesterday, it closed uh, below 30 cents on that option call. When we first looked at it, it was like $1.50. So it's all the way down to about 30 cents right now, right? So some people bought it. Not a lot of people bought it because I think only 4 people tapped in, maybe 5. But either way, um, when it comes to options, you've got to understand. You really got to understand what they are, and why you want to play them and what your intentions are. That needs to be the most important piece, as opposed to I want to make some money, right? If you're only focused on I want to make some money, you're going to get caught in that game, and that game's going to eat you alive. It's going to eat you alive because here's the reality: the options, you lose and you win. You lose and you win. You can't take that away. You lose and you win. That's always going to happen. So when you want to do options, ask yourself, what's my real goal? What am I trying to do? What do I want to do? Because if it's just I just want to win, then I don't think that's a good enough answer to play options.
I have a question about that
Go ahead.
because
Hmm.
the first time I heard about options, um, the main discussion was, it's a really big money maker. You can make a lot of money with it. So you're saying that shouldn't be the goal. What is an example of a goal that you should have in mind? Because I'm really just trying to learn to understand what it is. Just because
Okay. Okay. Good. A goal should always be who am I first, right? Because if it doesn't fit your character, your temperament, who you are as a person, then it doesn't matter how much money option makes. Like doctors make a lot of money too. You go be a doctor. Why wouldn't you do that? Why? Because you're not built that way. Same way with options. You got to know how you built. Options just because you can make a lot of money of it don't mean you can do it. I know we teach that everybody can do it, but no, everybody can't do it. Everybody's not going to be a great options trader. It's just not going to happen. And it's because they're not built for the pain that comes with it when you lose, because it's unpredictable. You know, you win, you lose, and you get confident, you take a hit. You know, some people fall off when they lose. But some people, when they lose, they get up and they make it happen. You know, we use the example of Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts was embarrassed on national TV in college football. You know, and he overcame that. He got more resilient. Now, if you're built like that, you're resilient. Options will make you a lot of money, but you will get punched in the face before you become resilient. And that's the part people don't discuss about options. People don't say that about options, but it should be said. You will make a lot of money if after you get punched in the face, you still keep going. That's the truth about options. The difference between options and just investing in the stock market is stock market you just buy a great company, and if you sit back and chill, you probably most likely gonna make money whether you know it or not. With options, you have to understand there's a skill set that goes with it. You got to have a skill, and that takes time. You're not gonna get that skill overnight, and even if someone tells you what to do, it doesn't mean you're going to do it when you do it. So that's the part of options that's interesting. Um, if you put up $500 and then you lose $300 because it didn't work out, what happens next? How do you act after that? Is it the last amount of money you're using? Are you worried? I got a text message yesterday, and they said because somebody followed the instructions with last week's exercise, and they sent me a text yesterday. They said, "Oh, I like it at these levels. I'm going to buy a bunch of contracts at this price." That's what they said. Now we'll see what happens in the outcome with it. If he ends up making a bunch of money, it's because he was processing in a way where his mind thought about it the right way. Right? We've always said this about anything. It doesn't matter whether it's options, whether it's a stock. If you've decided to buy something and you've done the work that you believe to be the work, the lower it goes, the more you should want it. That's it. That's always been our philosophy in this room, and it should always be the philosophy. Because
So,
go ahead, go ahead.
I just have a quick question. So, is it kind of the same thing, as the stock market? You're researching, and this is a company that you've watched for a while that you really like. That would be a good example of, where you want to at some point do an option trade.
Can I chime in, Mr. Antonio?
You can, but I was getting ready to say what you're gonna say. I was gonna say, and you can tell me if I'm spot on with you. Um, Nvidia is a perfect option. If you would have bought Nvidia, Nvidia was up, and a lot of people probably had options, and they pulled back because of the stuff that happened with DeepSeek. Anybody who went and got those options when DeepSeek scared Nvidia and pulled it back, they made a ton of money this week because it rolled back up. It's just one of those things. If you understand what you own, that's what matters most. It's about your confidence in it. Like when you decide I want an option on this company, it's because something you looked at, whether it's technical or fundamental, doesn't matter how you got to it, it made you very sure that this is the thing I need to own. When those things are down, they the best things to own. Those are the best things to put calls on, in my opinion. Again, you have to do your own research. But go ahead, Simp.
Yeah, that is what I was going to touch on. So I'll just share with the room. So this week I've done around $600 profit off of the video, just doing one contract. And what Mr. Antonio was talking about is it can't just be about research and buying into a company. When he was saying you got to figure out who are you when it comes to trading. So he did this experiment one day in the room, and he asked me, he said, well, what do you like, what is it you passionate about, or what do you love, and different things like that. And I told him I love video games. Like, I've always loved video games, and I always told my parents back in the 90s,
Like I always could see what was happening right now in the video game world. I could see it back then, but nobody believed me back then. And I'm sure I'm not the only person that said it back then. You know, it just I didn't have any support because most people didn't believe what people are seeing right now. And so Mr. Antonio said, that's it right there. That's what you need to grab hold to, and you use that to drive how you research and what companies you look into. So that led me to about 5 or 6 different companies that deal with chips and the products that they go in. And then what I realized is that all of these things are connected. All of these small companies, these larger companies, these chip companies, they're connected to so much products and so many other companies. It's just endless possibilities. And I got happy because my research became so much easier. It became so much easier to follow the breadcrumbs and really lock into like helping me determine how I'm going to set that option up or who I'm going with. And it also builds your confidence. Like I feel like Ernest, when he talk about crypto, when he talk about Bitcoin all the time, like it gives you that confidence when you're able to really see the bigger picture and look at all those puzzle pieces and put them together. And so you really have to find what you're passionate about, and it will lead you. I believe it will lead you and guide you to something that you're passionate about in the market, where it won't be just this homework thing where you just researching and trying to make some money. Because when they pulled out, because of the deep sea, I was laughing because I was like, do these people not know that Nvidia is in everything? And when it went down to 119, I jumped in. I jumped in. I jumped in and smiled. I smiled when I jumped in because I just knew. And I'm still in. I'm still in right now.
I love what you're saying because that's what we teach in this room. That's what you're the prime example of what I mean when I say follow your passions and what you love. The problem is always existed with the stock market is we are introduced to it based on getting rich. You can get rich doing anything. So why we isolate this like this is something special? You can get rich doing anything, but you don't go after anything. You go after what you care about. You can get rich. Some of the do you know? Let me tell you this. Do you know the banana business is one of the biggest businesses in the world? Do you know Walmart sells more bananas than probably anything in the store? Did you know that? As boring as that may be, but you ain't trying to sell no bananas. You ain't open up no banana business. So why all of a sudden, because the stock market is the stock market, we just skip over things. At the end of the day, who are you? What do you love? Because we say do your own due diligence. Your due diligence is you. It's your understanding of the world. It's how you see things. And when, like he said, when NVIDIA pulled back, he smiled because he knew y'all don't know what y'all reacted to. So you going to react to DeepSeek. DeepSeek ain't, NVIDIA's in everything. It ain't just about AI and ChatGPT. So it made him confident. So when it pulled back, guess what he did? He bought it. And it's not enough people that put themselves in that position. It's the same way I feel about Costco. Costco, look at Costco. I've been talking about Costco since I've been in this room. When Costco was $300, I ain't never pulled back. It's over 1,000. You know why? Because I understand it and I love it. My wife argues with me about my love for Costco. Okay? But I see what they do. I told Lori this. I said Costco is my ETF. That's how I describe Costco. I say you get your eyes done, get you some pills, get your tires rotated. You can get some groceries. You can get some furniture. You can buy some shoes, some clothes. Everything can get done in Costco. You can go on a trip. You can buy a car. Ain't nothing you can't do in there. And they run a really efficient retail business. And so for me, if Costco pulled back, I'm like, yeah.
You can't scare me out of that. They could tell me Costco is racist and it can go to zero. I'm buying plenty. It's just when you put yourself in a position, what you understand, what you own, while everybody else is running, you're going back to go get something. And that has to be the way you see the market because that's where people get the riches. Do the research. People don't get rich because everybody buying the top stock that's running. People get rich because they buy stuff that don't nobody else want. I'm gonna give you a prime example. Alibaba. Y'all, a lot of y'all should know Alibaba because you used to order from Alibaba when you were trying to get stuff from China so you could sell for your business that you opened up. You went to Alibaba and you bought your stuff. Y'all know Alibaba used to send you that stuff. Come on, let's be real. And you get that stuff cheap from Alibaba, but you got mad at Alibaba because sometimes they send you stuff that wasn't worth nothing, right? But here's the thing. If you know what Alibaba is, you understand like they own everything over in China when it comes to whatever. And if an upstart starts a business, Alibaba said, we don't want your, don't pay us for our cloud space. We'll give you this cloud space because they're one of the biggest cloud companies in the world. We'll give you the cloud space for your upstart. Just give us a percentage of your business. Now, if you understand the math of how the stock market works, it doesn't count those numbers because it's not on paper yet. But once AI unfolds, okay, and they've already said Alibaba has some of the best AI chatbot things that exist. The problem is it ain't showed up on paper yet, even though they got a bunch of cash and they make a lot of money over there. The point of it is one day Alibaba is going to blow, right? And y'all know I don't like talking about China stocks, but when you know something, you just know something. And I'm talking to the person in this room who's ordered from Alibaba. One day you're gonna wake up, Alibaba gonna be over $200, and you're gonna be like, what happened? Well, what happened was everything you already knew finally caught up, and the market caught on. And as trends go, so do the writers. And once all the writers begin to write what you already knew, then you end up selling to all those people who waited till the last minute, who let fear of loss or fear of missing out cause them to buy at a high price. You sell it to them. That's what you got to do. But too many people are so focused on getting rich that even when it's time to sell to the late people, you think about the price higher than that. At some point, somebody's going to say, no, I'm not paying that for that. And you got left holding on. And then when that domino hits, everything falls. And then the price falls back down. You know why it falls back down? Because nobody wants to be the sucker no more. That's how it works. I land my plane.
I just recently started helping my wife do the market because just like how I'm passionate about games and electronics, smart devices and different things like that, she is huge in the retail. So I set her up with Walmart, Costco, which she already orders from Alibaba because she has a retail license. So she already talks to people in Bangladesh and different places in China and Korea, and like she's big on the Alibaba stuff. And yeah, well, that's another company that I found. I mean, shoot, just look what they did yesterday. If you a day trader, you made some money yesterday. You know, so I definitely, like I said, would just follow what you passionate about and don't let it be homework. Don't let it be, I got to hurry up and make some money because, I mean, even if you break it down, look at like what you get paid per hour at your job and look how many hours you have to work to earn that dollar, and then look at it in terms of, okay, if you're really passionate about the market and you get really passionate the way Mr. Antonio talking about, at some point, you're going to begin to earn money and it's not going to be at a really high rate. Maybe it will be. But if you think about if I could make $100 in 5 minutes. And let's say you did that every day for 5 days. Look at it like that. It doesn't have to be a get rich quick scheme. And then one day your boat may come in, and you may get 100,000. You may get a quarter of a million. I don't know.
But the word of the week is favor. He's just saying you do your part and favor hits you. And then one day you're like, wow, I wasn't expecting that. Absolutely, that's how that works.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe in, really investing in something that you believe in. Um, there are a couple of companies that I just really, really love. Y'all know I love Apple. That's like one of that's my favorite company. Um, I think where I am as far as like, looking for other companies, it's really finding those that really kind of coincide with my core values. And that's been a challenge, to be honest, especially with what's all going on now. But I'm still looking for that. So I appreciate the encouragement. I land.
Here's what Dr. K. I really I always love your questions because they're so great in the sense that trust me, someone else in the room wanted to ask it even if they didn't. Let me say this about Apple. When I say being passionate about something and how it gets you to where you're going, it should lead you to the other choices that you use, right? When I think about Apple, there's a video running around where while Tim Cook was walking into a restaurant, people didn't recognize him. The CEO of Apple, they just didn't recognize him. And it's funny, but this is the man who is not only the CEO of Apple, but the halftime show, they sponsor it, right? They took it from Pepsi, okay? They took it from Pepsi. Pepsi used to sponsor Super Bowl halftime show. Now it is Apple. Well, to me, it's one of the biggest stages in the world is halftime of the NFL during Super Bowl. Well, Apple is the main sponsor. So guess what that's? That's music. Look how big music is. They were willing to pay halftime. I think they paid $35 billion to do this. They give about maybe 15, I mean, not billion, million, 30, 35 million to do the halftime. And they give, whatever it is, the number, most of the money goes to the NFL. And then the remaining of that balance is to take care of the setup for the performance. And then the artist performs for free. They don't, they pay minimum, whatever that is, maybe $1,000. Okay. This is music, Dr. K. So when you think of music, what's the biggest music companies in the stock market? Spotify. Spotify. Immediately my mind goes to Spotify. And go look at Spotify. Go look at them. But Apple leads me there. Because who's their competition? Apple Music and Spotify. Apple Music, Spotify. Those are your two places where most people listen to music now. And then, I like Warren Buffett, so I follow what he's doing. He likes XM Series, right? It's low, it's cheap, right? He's been buying some pieces in that, and I want to go do a little research on that. It's
No,
like
Sirius XM. Sirius
Sirius
XM.
XM. Yeah.
Hmm.
There you go. Mongo, YouTube Music. That leads you to Google, right? There's a war over the music. You see the fight for the music. Why would Apple want to take it from Pepsi? Because there's value in music. So what are the big music components? Who's getting our young people? Who are people listening to music? Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Music. So that's how you get to your passion. Then you say, well, I know what options I'm going to trade. I'm going to trade the Spotify option. That's how you, because you understand it. You get it. It makes sense to you. So guess what? When the world don't understand the fight between Drake and Kendrick Lamar, you know it because you're a music buff. So while they still asking questions and looking at the halftime clueless, you looking at the halftime enjoying yourself, laughing, giggling. It's a show for you because you understand the music. the culture of the music. See, most people, they understand the business of a thing, but they don't understand the culture of a thing. So somebody that don't understand the culture of a thing, they looked at Kendrick Lamar's show and said, "What is this?" But for the music buffs, that's why the ratings were so high. For the music buffs, it was like the pinnacle of the music hip hop world. If you don't listen to hip hop for real, you couldn't appreciate that halftime show. But if you loved hip hop, that halftime show was a beast. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that. I be getting too excited, y'all. Y'all be tapping into my passions.
That was really, really helpful, Antonio. I really appreciate it because there were some other things that came to my mind that I'm passionate about as you were speaking. So, thank you for that. I appreciate it, and I land.
Oh, thank you for just asking the types of questions that get me going. I love this. People don't understand, like, this ain't work to me. I love this. When I say do your own due diligence, I really mean fall in love with something so you can come in here and talk about it like I talk about it. Or like
Yeah,
Ernest talks about it. Or like
yeah, you
Mongo talks about it.
yeah, you sound a little excited there, brother. I hear it in your voice.
I'm always excited, man, when people can learn something that can change their life on their own terms. I've never not said this. I've always said, look in the mirror and don't forget what you look like. Stop trying to buy what everybody else buying. Buy what you understand and know that is your strength. Because trust me, there's gonna come a time. See, we all think we equal most of the time, but where we're not equal is our individuality and what we fully understand. That gives us leverage over each other every single time. And the moment you discredit yourself, you lose that leverage. See, let me say something to you. Ernest gonna go into crypto. He might spend 3-4 hours listening to a podcast on cryptocurrency. I'll never do that. I'll never do it. So he gonna always have leverage on me on crypto. But where he can't touch me in technology, culture, hip hop, retail. He don't do that. He don't go in the store like I do. When I go to New Orleans, I told him, last time I'm in New Orleans, we going to Costco. He ain't been in Costco. I'm like, what? How you ain't been in Costco? Like, but we're different. But his strength is his and mine is not. We're not equal in certain aspects. We share a common interest in the markets, but we're not equal in what we care about. And listen, just because Costco worked for me, I don't want you to own Costco. I want you to own what will work for you. The world is ever changing. We don't know what the future holds. We don't know what's going to be the biggest thing in the world. You will know, though, because of your love and your passion by following what you care about. It's going to lead you right to it. When did I learn this lesson? Let's go back in time. In the 1990s, I met a girl. I wanted to hit on her. She was fine as what I'm talking about, curvy. You hear me? I was gone. I met her out. I was doing everything possible to get her attention. And so we went out, went on a date. I was like, yes, I'm feeling her. She invited me over to her house. I was on my way over there. I was ready, yo. I go knock on the door. She lets me in. I go in. I sit down. She said, "Hey, let's watch a movie." I said, "Okay." She put the DVD in. Then she said, "This is Netflix." I said, "What? Netflix?" She said, "Yeah. I don't never have to leave the house and I get movies to come to me. I don't go to blockbusters like you." At the time I wasn't listening. I wasn't listening. You get what I'm saying? My mind was on, I was ready to rock. So she up there, she basically telling me about a new company that I ain't paying no attention to. But she was bragging about it. Oh, I pay $7 a month and they send me as many movies as I want to see and they come right to my door. I wasn't thinking about that. But fast forward to where I am now, I realize we're right around companies build themselves in real time if we're just paying attention. You follow that, you got the answers. You'll know what to invest in. That's all I'm saying. I hope that story makes sense.
I want to give a shout out to Miss Kelly. She wasn't here yesterday, unless she was in New Orleans still celebrating the Super Bowl. But congratulations, Miss Kelly, with your Eagles.
Thank you.
Your Eagles. All right now.
Yeah, I'm proud of you. Go on here with your bad self. Mongo came up here, so I know he want to say something before we get out of here. Go ahead, Mongo.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Good morning. I just wanted to come up, to try to protect everybody in the room and stuff. I just want everybody to be careful with them options. Everybody be careful with them options, man. And if you are trading options, trade what you own. You know what I'm saying? Don't be out here just trading tickers because you hear a ticker. Trade what you own because you own it and you understand it and you see it every day within your portfolio. I don't go looking for option trades. Option trades come to me within my portfolio because I already own the stocks and I know how they move and I know how they act and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't nobody hurt themselves playing with these options because you can. And I really believe, you know what I'm saying, if you've never done a swing trade or if you've never been swinging or nothing like that, that's where you need to start at. You need to start swing trading first before you call yourself trying to do some calls and puts. And that's just being real, and I Mr. Mr. Ernest used to say something, man, and I used to be against it. You know what I'm saying? But I was against it because I didn't have that type of capital in my portfolio. But what Mr. Ernest was saying was right. And Mr. Ernest used to always say, you ain't got no business trading no option no way if you ain't got $25,000 in your account. And it's truth to that because when you got that type of capital in your portfolio, it changes the option game for you. It's a whole different game when you trading options like that. When you ain't counting day trades and all that type of stuff. And you can get out of something on the dime because man, that's a bad trade. I need to get out. As to where you worried about a day trade. And it's totally different. And it makes a lot of sense. It didn't used to make sense to me, but now it makes a lot of sense to me. It make a lot of sense. So everybody be careful with them options, man. And if you're gonna be trading options, trade stuff that you own already within your portfolio, and let option trades come to you. Don't go looking for them. Let them come to you. You might see something in your portfolio, you say this is down, and it's not usually sitting like that. That's not where it usually sits at. It doesn't usually trade in that range. That's an option trade that's coming to you. You didn't go looking for that. And everybody just be careful, man. And everybody stay blessed. May Allah bless everybody in here, man. And y'all have a great day.
Hey, Mongo, quick question. Dr. K asked you, what's a swing trade?
A swing trade, Dr. K, is buying low, selling high. A swing trade is something that you might have a company in your portfolio and you notice you notice that on certain times of the month it likes to take off. It likes to take off. It might gain $1.50. It might gain $2. It might gain $3. But you always notice that it always comes back to give that $2-3 up, to give that $1.50 up. So what you do is you buy it. You buy it when it's down, and when it goes up, the $2-3, you sell it. And then you wait for it to come back down to $2-3, you buy it again, and you just keep rinsing and repeating, rinsing and repeating. That's a swing trade. And if you've never done a swing trade, or if you've never been practicing swing trading, I wouldn't advise trading no options.
That's awesome, man. Hey, and the rule is always the same. If you ain't in it, you'll never know what it feels like. And you won't understand what somebody's talking about when they're saying something. You know what I mean? So the best thing anybody can do, before you focus on winning money or losing money, focus on just what do you want to do and then just do it. Last week's exercise was very simple. People said they want to buy an option. That's what mattered most. So we bought an option. That's it. Now you know what that feels like. That's it. You gotta value what you want to do first before you focus on making money. Too many people you focus on the money too much. You focus on the money way too much, and you skip over yourself. You don't even think about yourself. You know, if I wanted to go to a a country music concert and I've never been to one, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna buy a ticket to a country music concert. I ain't focused on what how much money I'm gonna end up spending and this and this and this. If I want to go to a country music concert, I'm gonna go buy a ticket. You gotta. It's like we want to grow and learn stuff, but we motivated by money only. It's got to be something more on the table than that. And quiet is kept when you get around the wealthiest people in the world. You spend less of it. You hear what I'm saying? I just dropped the nugget in here.
Them facts right there, those are facts.
When
And
you,
like I said in the chat, man, the tickers I'm trading every day, as far as trading on options, I'm trading Zim, HIMS, TSLL, and ONON. And y'all know me, that's what's in my portfolio. But that's what I'm trading on options every day. It's one of them because I know the movement of. I know I understand. I'm heard of news that might bring it down, or news that might bring it up. That news or trends lead you to an option trade because you're gonna bust it. If you let some news or trend lead you to an option trade, you gonna. I'm being real with you. I done lost plenty of money trading options, and when when you lose money like that playing options, you give yourself rules and you learn.
hey, you fading in and out, Mongo. You fading in and out, Mongo. You in a bad area. Say somebody know he getting ready to say some good stuff. That's why that happens. Yeah, you hate that when it happens. All right. Well, you in a bad area, Mongo.
And just can you hear me,
Yeah, I can hear
Antonio?
you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Just to elaborate on what Mongo was trying to say about your account, what he was talking about getting in and out of trades. The day pattern trading rule is that if you have less than 25,000 in your account, you can only trade so many times in a day, and I think they give you like uh,
Yep, 3. Mhm.
three chances to trade that day, and then you have to wait like 5 days, I think, uh, before you can day trade again. And that's getting in and out of trades. And what he's saying is that if you're stuck in a trade and that button pops up whereby you can't trade anymore that day, you can't day trade another position or another that stock or that option. And if you do so, they can lock your account for 90 days. So that's what Mongo also was talking about. And good stuff, Mongo. Good stuff, man. That was some good stuff. I land my plane.
Yeah, yeah, Mr. Ernst, man. Like when you first said it, I didn't agree with it because I'm thinking in my mind, well, I can have this many portfolios, but that don't make a bit of damn sense. That don't make a bit of damn sense to have all them portfolios. Myself trying to jump to this platform, jump to that platform. Nah, before you start option trading, man, build your account. Build your account to where you ain't worried about no day trades no day.
Hey man, Mongo has spoken,
And
y'all. That was some good stuff. That was some good stuff.
it did
I
for
hate you in
me.
a bad area
You know
though,
what I'm
because you
saying?
keep going in and out. But anybody got anything else to close us out? Anybody got anything else to close us out? Just remember, like At the end of the day, find out who you are. Like, you matter. Like, I know we don't not enough rooms talk about the person in the mirror. Like, who are you and what are you trying to do? What are your goals? After making money, like, I need you to go 10 goals deeper. Like, ask yourself, after money, then what? After anything money can get you, then what? Be hard on yourself, because I'm telling you, it's gonna keep you disciplined. It's gonna make you treat the market like you're supposed to. This is only a tool. It's just a tool. That's all it is. Like anything else in your life. You don't, your car is a tool. It gets you back and forth. But you ain't running around with your car on you. You ain't walking around at the Grammy Awards with a car on your head. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, it's a tool. So how does this tool work with you and what you're trying to accomplish in your life? And the easy answer is, I need to make more money. That's easy. Because everybody wants more money at some point. But there's more to life than just that. So let that guide you, and I'm telling you, that's gonna lead you to success. It's gonna put you on the right path. I promise you. For those of you who you won't ever have a skill set to do option trade, that doesn't mean that the markets aren't for you. It just means option trading ain't your game. Stay away from it. But make sure that you, at least, if you have a question, at least answer the question, right? If you got a question about Bitcoin, at least answer the question. Go buy Bitcoin. Just go buy it. Now you bought it. You own Bitcoin. Now you got the simplest part out the way. Stop skipping over the basics. Focus on money. Who cares if Bitcoin goes to 6 million or it go to zero? If it's in your heart and you keep thinking about Bitcoin, just go buy some of it. That now you did the main step. I went and bought it. Because guess what? Once you buy it, now you have an understanding on something, and now you got a different mindset. Now you're going to approach it based on what you care about, not about how much money you're going to make. Price is what we pay. I'm going to say this again. Price is what we pay. Value is what we get. Yeah, please, if you don't know what that means, Google it and figure it out, because I'm saying a whole lot with that. Just because something goes to $2 million doesn't mean anything. What's the value of what you got? And for some people, value ain't got no price. For some people, their value, they're willing to pay $10 million for something, because that's the value it is for them. That's why you got to be careful when you say things about what somebody will pay for something, because you attacking their value system. Price is price. It fluctuates. But value is value. And people will pay whatever they want for value. If they value it, there's no limit to what they're willing to pay. Hey, in New Orleans, the guy with the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, he parked a yacht in New Orleans, in downtown New Orleans, a big old yacht. I think the yacht might be $321 million. Somebody might say, man, he paid too much for it. Price is what you pay. Value is what you get. For him, it's value. He parked it on there. He can bring his whole family on there, and he ain't got to check in no hotel. He got rooms and restaurants. He can entertain his friends. That's valuable to him. It saves him time. He ain't got to think about going to somebody else's restaurant. He got a restaurant on his yacht. He can do business deals. That's valuable to him. So he don't care what you think about what he paid. Respect people's value. The moment you do that, the moment the market will work in your favor, always. Because that's where the real value is. Price is just what you pay. Because guess what? You can get Apple for $5 if it go down there. But the value of Apple is what you got. You ain't gonna be sitting there saying Apple is worthless because it's down at $5. Let me ask it to you this way: if you put your life savings on the line and invested it in Apple right now, and tomorrow you woke up and Apple was at zero, you'd be shocked. You'd be shocked, but you wouldn't be scared because you know Apple got value. But if you put it in a meme coin and it go to zero, you wouldn't be shocked. You know why you wouldn't be shocked? Because you didn't think it had value anyway. And that's how you gotta look at the markets. Always gotta look at it that way. If you put your money in there and it went to zero, would you be shocked? And if you'd be shocked, then it's valuable. If you wouldn't be shocked, then you know you just paid price and you were just chasing money. Learn the difference. All right, y'all. Y'all have a great day. We love you. We'll see you guys on tomorrow.